Hi, all you mamas and papas out there. Now we want to talk about when you should become concerned for your 18-month-old. When we're talking about these specific items that we're going to discuss, it doesn't mean that if your child isn't doing one of them, that you need to be concerned. 18 months, it's a range on when we should start to see some of these skills. But if you're noticing that your child isn't walking and doesn't have any interest in doing so, definitely reach out to your pediatrician. By 18 months, they need to be walking and at bare minimum doing a hurry run.
At 18 months, I know as parents, you guys are really focused on language. Now, if you aren't hearing new words being said consistently, that is the first concern as far as language development. And if we continue on that path, if we aren't hearing at least 6 words at this time, this is a great indicator that there might be a language delay or they're not hearing language correctly.
Sticking with that, if you're also noticing that your 18-month-old isn't gesturing or pointing to indicate to you what it is that they want, that could signify that there may be a huge delay going on in their development at this point.
If you're also noticing that your child isn't seeing you leave or giving any emotion when you leave or enter the room, this is another indicator that they're not familiar what's going around in their surroundings, or they're not alert on what's going around in their surroundings. Maybe like they're in their own little world is a common phrase we hear at this time in 18 months, that they're not caring that their mamas or papas are leaving or exiting the room or entering the room is common that we hear, a common phrase we hear when it comes to the concerned at this time.
And if they aren't noticing when those familiar people are leaving or entering, start to notice that they're not imitating or copying what they see others doing. So if we wave, if we're doing something silly and our 18-month-olds don't attempt to try to emulate those back, and I'm not just talking about that only one. They need to be doing a variety of different things. And it doesn't have to be anything with motor. It can also be with sounds. So if we're making raspberries like the and they're not doing it, but they're also not doing a wave, a jump, a hop, if they don't try to imitate those motor actions, start to be a little bit more concerned if you're not seeing it.
One of the last things you should notice, especially around this time because of what's going on right now in the world, is they might be losing skills they once had. This is a very common thing in the field that we hear. Well, they did it at 12 months, but they're not really doing it now. Now, if you try to engage in that activity or that skill and the child seems to really be lost in it, that's where you need to be concerned. There are times where the child simply gets overdoing what they learned, but they keep it stored. And when the time comes where they show that skill displayed, they'll show it. That's okay. It's the concern that if we have to re-show them multiple times, like they have completely forgot that skill is what that one is pertaining to.
Or if they've lost multiple skills and we're seeing a huge drop off in progression. We're not trying to scare anyone. We just want to make it aware to as many people as possible that yes, 18 months, your child is still really little. But if they're starting to show a delay, if they're not progressing, now is the time that you want to start early intervention. It's meant to help, it's meant to enhance, and to prevent any other further regression. We want to help. Please don't take offense to this. We're here for you. Early intervention isn't something that you hear out in your everyday world. You don't know the term early intervention until you need it. And if you need it, it means that there is something going on with your child.
The whole purpose of this video is to give you support and guidance, just like what early intervention does.
Please like, subscribe, share. If you know someone who has an 18-month-old, copy this link to them, send it off to them. It doesn't hurt. And it may even lead to some early intervention that's going to help their child progress. Thank you.